Les Kevin, more tech, UTECIT.com.
Yes.
And so we've gone deep into our contact Rolodex, and we found, when people think of Ann Arbor, they think of U of M, right? They think of great athletes that have come through here. Well, we found perhaps maybe one of the greatest athletes, right, Les?
Absolutely.
And that great athlete happens to be a woman-owned business, right?
A woman-owned business. What's the name of the athletic teams out of Ann Arbor? The football team. What's their mascot?
A Wolverine.
Wolverine. So we got a great athlete, woman-owned business, and Wolverines. What could we come up with?
Do you cheat?
No. What?
So here we go. We've got Christy Howden from Wolverine Pickleball here.
That's right.
And top flight player. She said earlier? She was the best player in Ann Arbor?
She said, if I remember specifically, she said they rate on a scale up to 1 to 6, and she's beyond a 6. Her business partner struggles at about a 3, 3.5.
Yeah, she's kind of a beginner, right?
Yeah.
So
you guys
Christy,
are
welcome.
trouble.
That's what we specialize in.
Yeah. Thank you. Glad to be here.
So pickleball. I don't think anybody has heard of this. So could you tell us a little bit about this sport?
Well, pickleball is the fastest growing sport, and anyone who plays, it's their new addiction. It's so much fun to play. You're always having a good time. It's like a tailgate vibe. So it kind of ties in with the football.
Okay.
Cool. So, Kevin, as I understand it, Christy, we met at the Ann Arbor Chamber, right?
Yep.
Meeting. And you and your business partner own Wolverine Pickleball. And I think the sport I think is fascinating because, like you said, it's growing. But I think your business story, as a woman-owned business and here in Ann Arbor is a fantastic story too. So hopefully today we can, get into those two topics.
Well, let's go now. Tell us, Christy. Tell us about this business story.
Well, it started way back in 2017 with a New Year's resolution to try a new sport. And Leslie and I knew each other from our kids playing volleyball together. And I showed up to learn to play pickleball, and they told me I was much too young to play, and I had to buy a senior in training card because I, unbeknownst to me, showed up at a senior center.
I love senior centers, by the way.
Love it too. They were fantastic. So I paid my $20 for my card and got into pickleball and never looked back. Wanted to teach all of our friends how to play.
Yeah.
And there was no place to play it. So we found that, rented out gyms, did community ed programs throughout Ann Arbor, Saline, Chelsea, and grew our business from there. And in COVID, we found a gritty warehouse and transformed it into 4 courts with the help of our community. DIY'd the whole thing. They delivered massive 55-gallon drums and 2,000 pounds of silica sand. My wide eyes looked at it, and they're like, did you watch all the YouTube videos on how to do it? And I'm like, oh, yeah. They're like, okay, you got it. And we were out there doing it.
What were the drums and the sand for?
It's for coating the courts, to do like a tennis court surface on it. So that's what makes pickleball, like at our place, better than doing it on a gym floor.
Okay.
So,
Is that because of the bounce, or does it slow down play or speed it up?
It's just got a little grittiness to it. It's kind of uniformity of the court.
Okay.
Painting the lines. It's just a little nicer experience. And our new facility, we actually have cushioned courts. So they're a little easier on the joints, so you can play longer, play more often, is what we say.
Very nice.
So, and if I wanted to go play at Wolverine Pickleball, I'd drive down Jackson Road to?
Jackson Road, we're off Meddy Drive.
Meddy Drive.
Yep, between Baker and Zeeb. So, we have the biggest facility in the state of Michigan with 12 indoor courts, along with other amenities. We have a bar. We have a tap wall with 30 self-pour taps on it. We're one of the 5th business in the state of Michigan to have one of those. So that's always a lot of fun to do after playing.
Can we just stop on that one for a second?
Yeah.
So it's self-serve, right?
Yeah.
Is it like an all-you-can-eat buffet?
No, there's some limits on it. You get as like people like to say as a little beer bracelet, but you get a wristband that you can have up to 2 drinks on it, which is adding up all the ounces of what you drink. So you can sample all of our different beers or wine, kombucha, cocktails, and it'll add those all up and cut you off at 2 drinks.
Well, we just had our controller come back from New Orleans, so she had all these wristbands. She looked like. So can we multiple stack up our wristbands?
No. You got to keep me compliant here.
Okay.
So, I mean, this is a cool story. So what I'm hearing is, just totally right from the ground. I mean, in 2017, you'd never even played it before.
Yeah, we were educating people what it was about, and most people were playing at their senior centers, and it was like $2 and a free cup of coffee to go play there. Yeah. So we opened our warehouse. It was our minimum viable product to test out our business plan, and we made it work with 4 courts. When the other tenant on the other side of the warehouse vacated, we took over the other side there, did another 4 courts with the help of our community, did the courts ourselves. Whole time working to build our facility. And so we built a 39,000 square foot facility from the ground up.
Wow.
So,
as you said earlier, the demographics, I mean, when I first heard about pickleball, there was a local AD from here, Dottie Davis, and then Nita Epperly. She was a teacher up in Brighton, but both of them are washed up athletes. They're old. I mean, it's like
coming back into town next
looks
week.
like a tractor pull because they move so slow, and that's what I always thought of pickleball players. But the demographics completely changed, hasn't it? It's
Do you think Dottie's going to beat your ass if she hears that?
I think Anita will.
They can't move, man. They're stationary.
Ooh,
it's like seeing
those are fighting words.
It's like seeing 2 lampposts out there on the pickleball court.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We're good friends with them. They're playing at our place all summer long.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
They're going to beat his ass, aren't they?
Yep, they will.
Yeah.
Yep.
Physically, too. We're not talking about the game. Parking lot type stuff.
Absolutely.
But it really is a lot of young people play, right? And it's all ages now.
All ages, 10 to 89, multi-generational play. My kids in their 20s come and play. They're playing 60 and 70-year-olds, and they're trash talking the whole time, having a good time.
Yeah.
So it keeps, young people seeing, you can be super athletic and engaged at an older age, and keeps the older folks a little more humble and, with it and what's going on.
So I've also heard it's on its path to being an official high school sport.
It is. We've got Skyline and Dexter both have some club teams going on. We're working with other school districts to try and make that happen. The schools teach them in gym class.
That's cool.
So it's on the way. I mean, we have University of Michigan has a really strong club team that's gone to nationals. We had a big college tournament at our places. We had Iowa had a couple of teams, Indiana, MSU, Ohio State. They all came in, Dayton Flyers.
So this was an underground sport in 2017 until you came along, and now we see what's happening.
Put it on the map. It all started there in Ann Arbor with Wolverine Pickleball.
That's awesome.
We are the longest tenured of owning an indoor facility. So we kind of did.
That's super cool.
So what's crazy is that you can even find yourself watching pickleball on ESPN. I hate to admit that, so maybe we have to erase that, John. But it's funny. You're clicking through, and you'll see on a Sunday afternoon or something. So it's just mainstream now.
Mm-hmm. So, Christy, on Saturday, I was out. It's Thursday night playing, and there was a group of, I don't know, I think the oldest one might have been 20, 21 years old, and the trash talking like you were talking, I couldn't believe it. It was hilarious.
It's so fun. You're so close to each other. I think that's the best part about it. And you change partners, change opponents, so, you gotta kind of be kind of nice to them because they're going to be your enemy again, but it's all good.
So this guy, Kevin, I'm telling you, they were maybe 19 to 20-year-old, and he's this far away from this far from the nose, and he's looking at him going, "You are a little man. You are nothing but a boy." And I'm like, when we trash talk, we use different words, but
we have some of those here too.
But it was funny because you are a little boy.
So going to the root of this, because COVID brought it out, people were looking for things to do, and it really took off there. We saw the retired people looking to do something with that. It focused down to the younger age groups. What do you think makes it? Is it because it's easy to play, easy to understand? Is it the interaction, the social interaction? Is it
it's a little bit of all that. I think the best thing and the easiest is that it takes an hour to learn. First 15, 20 minutes, actually. You learn the rules, learn the scoring. Then you're hitting
Which is the hardest part.
Which is the hardest part, really. Yeah, the scoring's kind of weird. But then you're having success right away, and you're having a good time. and you're not very good. You think you're pretty good, but you're having a great time. And then you just kind of get hooked like, oh, I can do some more. I'm laughing and it's fun. And you just get more and more into it. And then you discover it's like, oh, there's a lot of strategy. And it's not just crushing this wiffle ball type ball, which is a ton of fun.
Yeah.
You can get more engaged with it. And it's super social. Like at our place, you sign up by yourself and I have the other 17 people there to play with and we organize it. And you're mixing it up every time. So you're meeting all these people. I mean, we get testimonials from people that they've never had this many friends in their life. Although all of them are listed as like pickleball is their last name in their phone, but they're all there.
Well, I have to keep on telling my wife she'd be really good because she's never caught in the kitchen. So I thought she'd be a really good pickle player.
Dun. I think it's a very approachable game. And I think the rules are designed so that you really can't, people who are on par, you can't dominate.
Right.
So, as long as you're not, with a 5-0 and a 2-0 or whatever.
But even the beauty of that is the higher level player, as long as they come with a good attitude, that they're willing to play, everyone can have a good time.
Yeah.
There's not many sports you can play multi-generationally. Grandparents are having a good time with grandkids playing, or different levels can have a good time for a game or so.
Yeah.
Until they want to get more competitive. I think it's very unique in that way.
Yeah.
And it is meant to be played. I think you're right. There's no like aces for serving, really.
Right.
Very rarely. The game is meant to be played, which is nice.
Yeah, I think it's built into the rules and into the equipment.
Agreed.
So we have like 32 followers on our podcast channel here. And I think they're all non-pickleball players like me. So somebody that's looking to get into this, you can come out, you learn pretty quickly, right? And then how's it? Do you have to join a league? And as I understand it, what do you play? Like in 4 individuals get matched up and the high one moves up that day and the low one moves down? Is that how it, or is that just unique to certain leagues?
We do a little bit of everything for it. So if you come into Wolverine Pickleball, you learn how to play. We kind of give you a journey where you're going because if you played a lot of racket sports, okay, you're on a different path than someone who might not have played any sports. And then from there, we do everything by skill level. So if you're a new player, you're going to get matched up with newer players, and we divide all of our session play by that skill level so that when you come in, because no one really wants to get beat up on and no one wants to beat up any other people. So that's why we try to keep it even because you can have competitive games no matter your level. And then you come in and we set it up as a round robin, so it's mixing and matching people. We never care about the score in those. It's just a time limit, and then we mix and mingle with everybody. We do like a ladder, kind of like what you're talking about, like a top of the mountain, up and down the river. We call it the Humpty dance for our version of it because, Humpty had a great fall and they fall all the way to the bottom when they fall at the top, like so that you can sit back and go, what did I do wrong? Then work your way back up. But we do, partner play where you stay with the same partner, really popular for like date
Couples.
night. Yep. Yeah. And then we do big socials where everyone's there. It's meant to be social. We do divide up the courts, but there's challenge courts. So you want to test your mettle against the tough players? All right, let's see it. And then maybe you can hold the court. And
is that when you go out there?
Yeah. School everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
I still got it.
Yeah.
So I heard this from our producer, Johnny Bazooka over there, and I didn't believe when he told us this, but then I heard it on the radio the other day that part of the, what I want to say here, the social aspect of this is that it's a disruptor, and that he told me he got rid of his Tinder app, and that it's no longer, that's uncool to go to Tinder anymore, and that you go to pickleball to meet people. Is that?
That is very true. We have some pickleball romance, and we're actually planning in June 1st weekend, we have a singles for doubles kind of dating night for pickleball where we'll have like the under 40 crowd will be like 8 to 11 and the over 40 crowd's like from 5 to 8. So yeah, it's definitely
Blue plate special time.
Exactly. Well, but you learn a lot, when people, play a game. How are they making those calls? What kind of partner are they?
Right.
So it's good for a 10-minute game to speed dating.
I want to just zip back onto the business piece because I think it's just a wonderful story, the perseverance. You had the idea, you had the gumption to go out and just do it, right? So at any point during that period of time, did you just say, like, what the hell was I thinking?
Oh, there are lots of sleepless nights over this. A lot of, getting turned down by multiple banks because they're like, pickleball, what?
Yeah.
Like, no one's doing this around the country. What? You want to do this? And we're like, yeah, we do. Yeah. We see the future. So We had a lot of challenges in that way, getting the financing for our big project.
Wow, yeah.
You know, getting investors to help build that building. So, yeah, there was a lot of times it wasn't all fun and games, but love it now. It's living the dream. It's fun to see a dream realized. And, I mean, our community has been behind us the entire way, and they're as excited to come into our facility, you know, when we opened it as anyone.
So I'm sorry.
To Les's question, though, there's still, you know, it's like this dispensary business, right? You know, people think just because they like it, they can jump in and they can do it, but there's true fundamentals and mechanics of regular business, right? It's advertising. It's there's an HR component to it. There's you know, marketing, finance. How's that been for somebody that, you know, that just jumped into this, you know, as an avid pickleball person?
You know, I do have a little bit of business background with like an MBA and stuff, so it's been able to bring all those into it.
Shout about that in, yeah, you know.
But I mean, I haven't used it in a while. But I mean, to bring those in, and we've grown small. You know, that's the nice part is it was a grassroots, so we were able to incrementally, you know, create our culture, and you know, add employees, learn systems, create those standard operating procedures, and really build up. And you're right, people are just dropping in to the business thinking it's a super easy thing to do. And I can look at it and go, no way. I mean, but we get calls from all over the country, people wanting to copy what we want to do, what we've done, because we make it look easy. But there's a lot of struggle behind the scenes sometimes.
Have you ever thought about that?
There's some things in the works.
Okay. Because we had...
we love to share breaking news.
Yeah.
Bazooka will play the theme music and go.
I can pass on that.
So like,
stay tuned. Stay tuned. Next episode.
So we had the folks from Zingerman's in, you know, and they're fans of the company, and we're fans of them, and they've been a long-time client. And you know, part of their core culture is, you know, they've made the conscious decision not to expand, which is, you know, counter to a lot of businesses, right? So the expansions, you know, especially in a hot market, right? You know, this is a hot market.
Yeah, I totally subscribe to what Zingerman's has done like that, and we are being very conscious what we're doing. You know, we've had different groups approach us, and we don't want to. We're always believing in, you know, under promise and over deliver, and I think a lot of these groups that are coming in are really over promising, and they don't understand what it takes to get involved. So we're being very cautious in what we do next, and won't overextend ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've read it's like a McDonald's now. Like you can go in and buy a franchise, you know. And
I mean, the biggest challenge is finding the building. So that's why, to me, when I see what they're doing, and I know a lot. I mean, it's a small community of owners of facilities. I talk to them, and I just don't understand what they're selling because there's not enough buildings for them, and they don't want to build things out and build best.
Maybe this whole commercial real estate thing that they say is collapsing. Maybe you can go into a high rise and, you know, downtown.
You know, that could have been the breaking news.
That could have been.
You know,
you're buying the Penobscot building, and the J.L. Hudson building, right?
Oh no, that's filled now with the G employees. We got the Rensen.
Oh, the Rensen, right?
So you can do 78 floors of pickleball.
Crazy. So where do you see it going for you and your company?
We'll probably expand in the state of Michigan, and you know, we believe in facilities having their own culture too, like that you want a sense of place versus, you know, like there's only one Detroit Tigers. There's one Wolverine Pickleball. So any other locations we do would actually have their own kind of personality to them.
Oh, that's cool.
So we got a Bronco and a Spartan and a Chippewa pickleball coming, huh?
Something like that, yeah.
That sounds cool. Sounds really cool. Where do you see the game going?
I just think it's going to keep continuing to expand. I think it's a great lifetime sport. It keeps people engaged. I think it's good that people can do it different seasons of their life and come back to it. And it's for us, I think we've become that third place for people, that they have a place to come to and hang out. People come individually because they're like, I'm going to know somebody here, even if they're not playing, and just want to watch and be around it.
So one of the things, I'm not a golfer. Right, but there's people here like Kevin's an avid golfer. You know, Christine, you know, is an avid golfer, and so one of the and then I know a lot of people that play tennis, but one of the things that I see about pickleball that I like is that you can't engineer better performance. So the golf club of the 20s and 30s is radically different than the golf club of the 2020s and you know, going forward. The tennis rackets are radically different, and they're able to increase the pace of play. But I see these pickleball rackets. I mean, I've seen the $100 ones and the $30 ones, and I don't see a boatload of. I mean, I understand the feel.
Material, yeah, because like the wood paddles are terrible.
I agree.
You can't do that, which they started with. There's some different technology, but I agree it doesn't give a huge competitive advantage. And a lot of times people, may purchase something a higher level paddle. But you're right, it's not going to change their game.
In the ball, I don't see the ball, right? So, like, I look at it. I remember a tennis player when they first started serving at 100 miles an hour. That was like, oh my God! Now that's the price of entry.
But when you talk about the technology, though, I swear I was at a Dick's Sporting Goods. I was picking up a paddle for myself, and I looked at it. It was like $250. I'm thinking, who in the heck spends
a lot of people?
$250? Wow.
Yeah.
See, I don't.
So I put that back.
I paid.
My game's not at that level yet.
Come demo them, and you'll see what you.
I went to Dunham's and found one for $38 with a little red and orange sticker. So that'll work.
So something else about it, a friend told me, because he's an avid pickleball player out in California and travels all around for this stuff. But he said the injuries and the doctors are loving the sport because all those little guys are tearing rotator cuffs and blowing out knees and Achilles. I mean, is there that?
Well, I think we just offset where the medical bills are now.
Okay.
Because, yes, we have some injuries, and we work to help prevent people, get them in the right shoes and eye protection and stuff. But now, less, medical for diabetes and for mental health and other things. So I think it's a different allocation of medical dollars. But, yeah, there are some injuries, and some people don't know their limits because they don't know when to say, good point. Let them have it.
Yeah. Any crazy rule changes coming up?
I don't think anything crazy. I mean, I think it's nice that it adapts to keep the game playable so that no one gets any distinct advantage. Like they'll change the serving so that, there's not aces happening in it. Like you're talking about the 100-mile-an-hour serve. So I think that's what's nice about it. It does take into consideration that people want to play.
Mm-hmm. So being a novice and not even at the beginner level yet, indoor pickleball, Wolverine Pickleball, great place. I can play year-round. But do you find, is this a sport that people want to play outside? Do you have outdoor courts? Are you doing other things there?
I don't have outdoor pickleball courts. People, we'll see a dip just because it's a great time to be out in Michigan, golf and other sports and vacations and all that. So we'll see a dip with that. But people do like not having that extra opponent on the court, that wind or sun as another opponent. And like when they come into a controlled environment, it's kind of nice. And also our place is beautiful and we set up all the games for them. So versus if you go to a public park, it's kind of fighting for court time and, who organizing people to play. We've kind of taken care of all that. But at our facility, we do have things to get people outside. We have bocce, cornhole, beach tennis, sand volleyball courts. We'll have food trucks. We have fire pits out there for a cool, hanging out vibe.
Oh, it's a place to go, huh?
It is.
Right?
We are a community gem. People are discovering us, and it's going to be quite the community hangout this summer.
That's awesome.
Well, good.
I think we ought to go.
So do you sell gift cards? I mean, going back to that, because I think Anita and Dottie would like to have some lessons.
He's trying to bribe. He's trying to figure a way out.
Can I get them some lessons?
Yes, definitely. We have gift cards.
Okay.
Gift cards for any of our niche sports that we have or for the beer wall, all of that.
Love it. Love it.
I don't think a gift card's going to get you out of your ass beating. So,
well, Christy, I admire you guys taking a chance doing this. I mean, it seems pretty easy from looking on the outside. Hey, it's a fun sport, people doing it, but I think it's really neat to see people go start a business and do something different and be a leader and a front runner for what's going on and making it happen. So kudos to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah, and a great part of the community. Yeah. So, real quick, tell us how people can get hold of you, contact you, website, those kind of things.
They can go to wolverinepickleball.com, and on that homepage, there's a little video of what pickleball play looks like, and below that is a register to play button, and you click on that, and you can see our whole schedule and sign up for a learn to play class, or if you know your level, sign up for one of our session plays.
That's super cool.
So we're at the point now, Christy, where this is the favorite part of the show for our guests. That means we're ending. They get the hell out of here. Okay, so we normally ask somebody, what's their favorite flavor of bourbon, but you were saying earlier that you like sampling all the 30 different taps on your wall. So since you haven't invited us out, we couldn't talk about the taps. We haven't been able to experience that.
Need a field trip.
We'll have to go on your recommendation. What would you say what's your go-to after the pickleball game there on that wall?
Our top ones, of course, are like M43 and Two Hearted and Oberon.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, those are the hot ones. But we always have something unique. I think we have like a Foggy Geezer and some soft parade and some unique stuff on there. And then we have wine and cocktails, and the cocktails are always changing. Those are really my favorite.
Yeah.
So what might be one of those favorite cocktails?
Right now, I've got an elderflower power, which is pretty yummy with a little bit of gin and elderflower. We've got we had the azalea on there for the Masters. We'll have something coming up for the Kentucky Derby. We'll probably have some Run for the Roses kind of cocktail. There's always a margarita, mojito. You can go on.
Love
There's
it.
lots of choices.
So we
It's
spend
so
a lot
fun.
of time there. But only get 2 of them, though. So we need more wristbands. We need more wristbands.
Yeah.
We hang out for a long time. You can get renewed.
Yeah, we're starting a movement. More wristbands,
Or figure out a way to cheat the measurement system.
Well, best of luck to you. Thank you
Yes.
for being
Thank
here.
you.
And we'll see you along with everybody else out there at Wolverine Pickleball.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much.